So first let's talk about the syllabus. You can get to the syllabus by going over here, clicking on syllabus, and that'll take you here. And it's supposed to auto-open, but unfortunately something is going wrong with Canvas right now, and it's failing to auto-open. It's trying, you can see that circle. So come up here to this arrow drop down and just go ahead and download it. Now, when that gets down to your computer, it'll be in your downloads folder. And what I'm going to do is show in Finder in my downloads folder. And then I'll double click on it and it'll open up in preview on a Macintosh. Now, I'm not going to go through everything in this syllabus. I'm just going to go through what I consider the really key points, things that I want to emphasize. And perhaps the first one is my teaching philosophy. And I think that you have to do something. You learn when you're doing, not when something is being done to you. So it is important that you actually work on statistics rather than reading about statistics or listening to somebody else talk about statistics. I'll try to help, but I'm really most useful when I'm responding to something that you have tried to do. Office hours. Since the class is online, I'll hold office hours online using Zoom, and I'll have a scheduled hour each time, or 1 hour each week, and I'll shoot for Wednesday at 6 p.m., and I'll let you know if I decide to change that. And if, in case nobody shows up by 6:30, I'll leave. And if you would like to have a meeting with me at any time on Zoom, go ahead and just let me know. I'm really free almost all the time. I'm doing nothing this summer but teaching this one course. So don't think that you're bothering me. I really do enjoy talking to people. And communication with me, use the Canvas course inbox. That's this thing over here. It's pretty obvious when you click on that how to use it. And let me know if you have any trouble doing it. And if you send me something through the Canvas course inbox, it goes directly to my Pierce College email and also to my iPhone, which is almost always on my body. Okay? So the materials for this course, the thing that really takes the place of a textbook is this course created by Carnegie Mellon as part of the Open Learning Initiative, and there's a link to it right here. There's another link in Canvas. And this semester we're going to be using RStudio Cloud, at least to start. And then after we get into the course, I'll show you how to get RStudio involved or installed on your own computers. And for instructional material on how to use R, we're going to use DataCamp. DataCamp normally costs $25 a month, but it is free to people in an academic group. And in order to become a member of my academic group, there are one of two ways to do it. One is to click on a link that I put in Canvas. And if you do that, you have to use your Pierce College S-Mail account. The other way is just simply to send me an alternative email that you'd like to use, and I can send you a personalized invitation to which you'll have to respond. That's probably a good idea. It's a better idea if you ever plan to use this resource in the future, because you'll lose access to your Pierce College S-Mail account shortly after you leave Pierce College. Another point that's in the syllabus, and I want to make sure you understand, late work is subject to a 10% reduction per week late. I think that's fairly gentle, and I know I have to do something to sort of keep you on your toes. A long time ago, I didn't have any late penalties at all, and people would turn in all of their assignments in the last week of class, and usually not very well done. And of course, that's a pain in the neck for me to deal with a great big pile of things to grade in the last week. And here are the official student outcomes. I'm not going to read through these. This would take forever. Here's what I do want to emphasize. the main sequence of the course divided into 8 two-week modules. And I'll explain later how we do that. I don't need 16 weeks to do it. And there's always a reading assignment, and you'll complete the assigned task in the reading material and submit a document demonstrating your successful completion to me. Then in every module, I have put some notes, and you really do need to read through those. And many of them are in a work-along format where I ask you to do a problem and then I explain to you how it's done. Then in every module, there is a quiz, and it's due before midnight on the second Sunday of the modules. There are also 3 lab assignments which cover multiple modules. The first one is Lab 1, which is really just getting things set up for the course, and that lab you should be starting to work on right now. Then there are discussions. There's an icebreaker discussion, which you should be participating in right away to get yourself introduced. It's really important that you understand that there are other people in this course with you, that they're human beings, just as I am, just as you are. And I want you to do something. I've put up a little exercise for you to do to recipe exchange. And that's to get used to your fellow students as humans that you might know outside of a course. Grading, the way it's done, here's a table giving all of the things that are gradable and how many points. And the original version I put up with the syllabus, which some of you might have seen already, only had 2 labs. There are actually 3. So in the original version of the course, I said 2,700 points. It's really 2,900. And of course, you get your percentage grade by dividing 2,900 by the total points dividing the total points you've earned by 2,900. Almost got it upside down. Then to actually turn in a GPA, as you know, Pierce College doesn't use letter grades. It doesn't use percentage grades. It uses GPA grades, which are a number someplace between 0.0 and 4.0. Actually, you can't earn a grade between 0 and 1. The lowest possible grade you can earn is a 1.0. But if you earn below that, you get a 0.0. And here's the formula that I use, and I'll pull up R right now, just plain old naked R console, and show you how that computation is done. I take your percentage grade, let's say 0.9, I multiply it by 7.5, then I subtract 3.5. So if you got a 90%, this is the arithmetic I would do to compute your grade, and you can see that you got a 3.25, which would, by rounding, be entered into the Pierce College system as a 3.2. And let me just bring that line back and edit it. And this is problem 7 on Lab 1. I'm showing you the answer to Lab 1, since the purpose of problem 7 isn't really to demonstrate an established skill. It's just to get you to acknowledge that you have read and understood my grading system. So with a 95%, you would get a grade of 3.6, not a 4.0. And I know that many people have in their minds that 95 and above is supposed to be an A, and an A is supposed to be a 4. Well, that doesn't work that way with the Pierce College grading system if you really treat things uniformly. To make sure that you can earn a 4.0, I know a lot of you are trying to get into nursing school and you're very interested in the grade that you get and really, really, really want to get that 4.0. And you're aware that some faculty do, yes, give you a 4.0 for anything above a 95% or maybe a 94% even. What I've done is to create an extra credit assignment, which is really very easy to accomplish. And you can earn an extra 150 points that way. And with that, if you got a 95% and you did the extra credit assignment, yeah, you'd get a 4.0. So be aware of that, okay? Then there's the schedule. And you'll notice that in the schedule, every module lasts for 2 weeks and there's some overlap. The first module began on July 4th and ends on July 12th, but the second module begins on July 6th and ends on July 19th. So you notice that the second module began before the first module ended. Okay? So we go that way through the final end of the course, which ends on September 4th, 2020. And those are really the significant things that I wanted to point out in the syllabus.